All right, guys, BTC looks absolutely horrible here. Looks like we have much more downside to come on the daily time frame. Trend line is breaking. Just kidding. We're inverted scale. Let's flip this sucker around. Guys, nothing has changed. Still looking at 90, 95K. Looking to retrace, looking to go up to 100. We're going to go over this and much more in today's video. DXY is absolutely dumping. Had this chart mapped out for the longest time, the better half of a year plus. Go back through my videos. You will see. Just search DXY in my videos. You will see the same exact structure. Much more downside to come. There will be corrections here. DXY is pushing down. Gold is yamming to the upside. Momentum is heavy on this one. Good luck catching that. I understand we all think gold's going to turn around at some point. But are you going to catch a falling knife? I don't think so. So much momentum on gold. We're going to talk about this and what it means for crypto. We're going to go over the weekly macro I have for Bitcoin, the most likely route. And then go into the daily, go into the 4-hour time frame. Let's get right into it, guys, starting with the macro on BTC. Now, this is in log scale. Keep that in mind. And this is my most likely path for Bitcoin going forward here. Just to have a rough roadmap of where things are heading as we put these trades in, right? I'm looking at this parallel channel. It's just a parallel channel that I drew to hold at 50K is going to be my first spot where we can have a possible turnaround and pump through, 200, 250, 300K plus. And basically what I'm seeing just visually with my eyes at a glance, corrective moves throughout every leg of this upwards trend. Correction up, boom. Correction down, boom. Start of something, correction up, boom. It looks good to me. It looks good to me, and we can keep shimmying our way up as much as we want, putting in some type of, ending diagonal situation. No problem. Would love for this macro trend line to hold on log scale. And as you can see, I have a corrective move here, and we're going to go smaller time frames. So stick with me 1 second. Corrective move coming, leading into dumps. Probably beginning of next year would be the turnaround point. Okay? Just looking at this chart, probably coming down here, and hope to hold this around 50K, 48, 50K, something like that. That's just a possible turnaround point, guys. There's other levels much lower. I just fear a lot of people are going to be looking at those lower levels. And if we switch over real quick, actually, before we switch over, I'm just pulling a fib right here, a fib extension. I got the 1-to-1 coming in at around 350K of a possible ABC corrected move right here. Right? That's what I'm looking at. Doesn't come perfectly to the top of the trend line. There is fib targets up there. It's like 600K. That's a very high target that I don't really want to, I don't want to throw out some ludicrous numbers as of right now. Just know that I'm predicting a very, very nice pump. If we come down 50K, have a nice bounce off of this trend line, would love to see a huge rally. Okay. Now, switching over to just arithmetic scale on the weekly, just regular scale, right? So we're not on log, and I can already see a lot of people see these trend line taps here. Just drew a normal trend line, and we hit perfectly. Hit once, came up, swept liquidity, hit one more time, and dumped. Nice rejections off of this trend line. So naturally, the retail public wants to draw a trend line down here. That's just the natural thing to do. If we're looking at this at a macro scale, that's probably what everyone's going to be doing here, right? And the more we correct and dump in here, and as you guys know, I'm predicting reversal kind of right around here, right around these lows. Maybe a quick sweep below, no problem. But a lot of people are going to want to say, oh, we're coming all the way down to this trend line and then bounce. And it could be the case. It could be the case. It's just very low. I fear that A lot of alts are gonna die, ETH included, if that was the case. And I just think we're gonna have that log scale turnaround at 50K on that trend line and hit to the highs. And what's gonna happen is, you know, I have that 350K target. A lot of people are gonna also be targeting the top of this trend line yet again. They're just gonna keep pulling it out, right? So when we turn around and come up to this trend line around 150, busting right through it. That's what looks good to me. And that would probably happen right here, beginning of next year, 2026. You know, this isn't drawn to scale. Probably something like this. All right, that's where my head is at, big picture, as of right now. And speaking about ETH, not, you know, we don't want ETH to die. I did over on X put this trade in. If you guys aren't following me on X, you missed a good trade. Chart_junkies on X. Make sure you drop a follow. I'm posting content daily over there now. We're gonna run up the X account. Posting gems over there, and I am just sneaking in trades. I did post this ETH trade yesterday, April 11th. Yeah, yesterday, right before we got this rally, and it held quite nicely. This is how the trade played out right here. Stop loss stayed intact. I entered this trade, and once we got this little pump out of here, I put stop loss break even because it was just an additional scalp for me. I got stopped out break even. But I didn't touch anything on X. I left the trade as it was, and the stop loss stayed intact. We're already in plenty of longs right now. Over in Premium Discord, I did alert everyone that TP'd 30% of the scalp trade on Bitcoin. I'm in a scalp trade. I'm in a swing trade on Bitcoin. Plenty of trades from way lower, as you guys know if you've been watching this channel. Pinning the first comment down below is the Premium Discord. Check it out. Got a video showing everything that's included. If you're interested, code 20 off for $20 off your first month right now. Ending that code soon. Let's get back into the charts real quick. But ETH, you know, while we're on ETH, I'm looking at a WXY to play out to this 1-to-1 at around 1780. That's my preliminary target here. I want to see this keep this trend line intact and just keep this upward trajectory coming like that, right? That's what we want to see on ETH. And on Bitcoin for that matter. We do not want to see any kind of pullbacks here. It's going to really ruin the primary structure that I have, and we'll go over that in just a moment. On the daily time frame for BTC, we have this triple bullish divergence that we've been talking about on RSI and momentum, looking for this trend line to break. I am seeing this ABC flat correction playing out. I'm seeing it shaking out. I'm seeing a corrective move down right here that has finished. It's corrective to me. There's ways you can get a leading diagonal out of it. It's just not pretty. It's not pretty. I don't like it. I like it much better as a corrective move into an AB of a flat correction up for C. And this is nothing more than a correction. I'm not expecting, you know, big moves to the upside right now. Back in here, before we got this sweep of the lows, I was saying, hey, we can come up towards all-time high. I want to see it. I want to see it happen. I wanted to see this be the flat right here. And then we can shimmy our way up to all-time high. Things have changed. We just extended out, and the flat looks like it's right here now. So I got to, hey, I can't be still aiming for all-time high when the structure changes on me. All right? If you've been watching this channel, you know we've been long in this, had 30K plus profits on that trade. Long down here, TP'd up here. You know, we've been long in this. And nothing has changed right here. We are long. Momentum on the daily looks beautiful. Guys, you know, it's very rare you see a beautiful structure like this on the daily time frame. Very rare. Similar structure right here. Not as pretty. This mound was a little big. It looks way better right here. Way better. But usually you see these good moves to the upside. Things do take time, and I am predicting more of a WXY in the middle here for our X leg, in which is just a double correction. We get a flat correction up, looking to correct down. I will be looking short up in this 90, 95, 100K range for a swing down to scare everyone, once again, we're going to hold this, and then we'll come up and take 100, right? And then we get the big down move. And all this ends up just being a big, you know, distribution zone, letting the big boys get out at 100K one more time before we dump it down to 50. That's what it's looking like to me, guys. That's what it's looking like to me as of right now. Let's go into the 4-hour time frame. Before we do DXY as well, DXY is just, it's dumping hard. You know, DXY dumps, BTC likes to pumps, you know what I'm saying? So can DXY dump into the middle of the year? Good possibility. I mean, there will be pullbacks along the way, corrective moves along the way. But you know, this is impulsive to the downside to me. This is all corrective. I'm looking for a shredder of an impulse to the downside. So this can very well, very easily just smash to the downside, while BTC gives you this, let me go back, gives you this corrective move. And then when BTC has this dump here to 50K, DXY can give you a little bit of a rally. I don't know if it's going to give you something like this, what I have drawn in. That's a very high rally up to 120. But that's, if I'm just looking at DXY, I'm looking at this corrective move to the downside, and then we hit. So that's what I'm saying. A lot more downside to this trend line here, around 93-ish dollars for DXY. Gold's pumping. I don't know if you guys want to try to short gold right here. There's just so much momentum. I can't look to short this thing right now. I cannot look to short this thing right now. Usually you'll see gold pump and then consolidate, and then this is when, you know, BTC and crypto will get its pumps, like right here. But I don't know when this thing's gonna stop. We could just keep pushing all the way up. I mean, this is cooking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's hard for me to count. All I know is there's a lot of momentum on the monthly time frame. We are way overbought on the monthly, but as you can see, when our money flow is this high, this thick, and momentum is this thick, it's usually, if there's going to be a reversal, it's not going to be a big reversal. It's going to be maybe some sideways consolidation and then higher up, right? It just doesn't even look close to being finished to me. Not even close. So gold's running away. Gold's running away. Let's go to the BTC 4-hour chart. Looking at this flat correction, as I've been stating, and I need to keep this upwards trajectory, this elevation. We have a correction to the upside, correction to the downside. Looking for 1, 2, big time, 3, 4, 5. And I have a second 1, 2 right here. This should just keep pushing to the upside if this is our impulsive wave. If we cut back below, guys, if we give something like this, I'm not going to be looking for this low to get taken out necessarily, but I am going to have to count this differently. I need this to be an impulsive wave to be our C leg of our flat. And I have my first 1, 2 put in, my second 1, 2 put in. We got to get up and go. This should take us up to 95K on this rally. Can we push sideways a little bit here into Sunday? Sure. But we got to keep this elevation. I don't want to come below 83, let alone 82, you know. We got to keep this elevation, but things are looking good. Things are looking good, and I am sitting on all of my longs on Blowfin, on BitUnix, TP'd on this little scalp here on BitUnix. These are my two main exchanges, guys. Blowfin is no KYC. Been using them for over a year now. BitUnix, no KYC as well. You just sign up with your email on both these exchanges. If you're interested in giving them a try, Blowfin's my main. BitUnix is my secondary. I use both of them. I encourage you to use both, or use two exchanges at least. Give them a try. I got you the best promos available. You might as well cash in on these promos if you're going to try them. Use code ChartJunkies, or pin in the first comment down below is the links that will automatically enter you. Blowfin, you get 10% deposit bonus up to $3,000. Massive trading volume bonus as well, up to 100K if you want. And you get their VIP 1 trading fee tier. Usually you have to trade 10 million in trading volume. You get it automatically with code chart junkies or the link below. BitUnix deposit bonus, 10% deposit bonus up to $400 on that one. And then trading volume bonus right here. Just pause the screen, check it out. You get VIP 2 over on BitUnix if you use the link and this bonus, which is 15% off trading fee tiers. All right, go check them out. Blowfin's my main, BitUnix my secondary. Come on over to Discord. Come on over to the X's. Say what's up over there. Posting good content over there. Trying to run up the X account. All right, guys. I'll see you in tomorrow's video. We got church in the morning, but we'll see if I pump a video out. Subscribe if you're not already. Trade safe, everyone. Love you.